Top of the AM, what it do, what it be? International Blast Man, Real Spitters TV, Real Spitters Radio, RealSpitters.com. Holla at your boy. Yo, I really don't watch TV, right? But sometimes I take notice of certain movies, and in certain movies, when you pay attention to it, you got to see that there's a level of fear mongering that they promote in these visuals, right? Because take for instance these sci-fi movies with the apocalypse, right? Things like that, and they show you things falling in space, landing on the moon and Earth and things like that. What's funny is, let's take for a moment and think about space. From everything we learn and using logic, our space is actually water. And there's an enclosure, which they call the ozone layer, atmosphere, whatever. But the thing is that they're not telling you is you cannot breach that outer layer. So if we can't go out of it, how did they ever get to the moon? Because if you notice, they show you these films. I don't know where they're made from, but they shooting these rockets in the air. And they go up and up and up and up. And then you'll notice they explode. Don't they have to hit something in order to detonate? So if there's a canopy that is stopping a bomb from continuing on, how does a rocket get... Let's take for a minute and think about a rocket. Science. A rocket is supposed to be moving at a certain speed of whatever, right? So as it takes off and it's supposed to be gaining speed and momentum, how come it's just still a steady stream straight up in the air for a good little while? After it hit a certain point, an airplane starts to disappear. But you're still looking at this rocket that's supposed to be going up out of the atmosphere, which makes you think that must be some kind of air balloon. But anyway, meteors, fear-mongering. How can anything fall from space and enter our atmosphere and we can't leave? Doesn't make sense. So, just something to think about for the moment. Just something really to think about for the moment. And just say to yourself, what are they trying to block us from? What is it that they really don't want us to know? Why are they giving us these theories that's senseless to deflect us from looking at something that's real? Because they can't find still an exact bottom to the ocean. It just gets darker, 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 darker. And remember the saying, let there be light. Where'd that light come from? How much darkness is where? How many air bubbles is traveling through this water? Just something to think about. A question to question yourself. However, you can respond in the comments. You can always do that. Like, share, comment. Let's have a conversation. Let's dialogue. Peace.